Hello everyone, my name is Siska Febriana Sitompul with student ID number 221073204, and today I will explain about my understanding about this week's material topic, which is discourse and corpus. So in this material we have four learning focus. The first one is what is corpus or the definition of corpus, and the second one is the types of corpora, and the third one is English language corpora, and the last one is corpus based discourse studies. So the first one is what is corpus. So the material of this topic already stated that corpus studies can make or can produce an important contribution or a major contribution to the understanding of the characteristic of both spoken and written discourse. So the definition of corpus itself is a collection of spoken and written authentic text that is representative of a particular language used by virtue of its size and compositions. And corpus is actually a representative of language use in general or in a specific language variety, because the data may be specialized, like such as the material that is collected from the internet sources or other sources. So corpus itself is not always based on samples of complete text. The data can also be like spoken or written discourse of a single person. For example, when it's spoken discourse, it could be like a single person speech, or like a speech of a president to be or vice president to be, or anybody's speech. And the second one, if it's like a written discourse, it could be like a word by a single author. For example, like fiction books that is written by a single author, or maybe like a non-fiction books that is also written by a single author. It could be like other written discourses such as academic papers, dissertation, thesis, and etc. And moreover, a corpus is usually designed as this thing that it can be read by the computer, and it also has to be accessed with the tools such as like the concordances that can find and sort out the language patterns. And corpus is actually specially designed for the analysis purposes, that the text can make a sample of a specific text or genre, or like a broad and balanced sample of spoken and written discourse. And the second submaterial is types of corpora. Corpora can be like general and also specialized. That's why there are two types of corpora. The first one is general corpora, and the second one is specialized corpora. So I think I will explain the first types of corpora, which is general corpora. So general corpora is also known as the reference corpus. It has the purpose to represent language in its broadest sense, and the second one is to serve a widely available resource for like the comparative studies of general linguistics features. General corpora is also used to examine words that collocate in general English, such as like girl and lady, or driver and chauffeur, or like sort of and kind of. So these examples means that the words that collocate in particular domains of use, such as like the online personal ads, or just like by the preference. And the second types of corpora is specialized corpora. Specialized corpora or specialized corpus means that a corpus of text of a particular type, such as like newspaper, geography text, academic articles, lectures, casual conversation, essays written by the students or by the experts, and etc. It also proposed to be like the representative of a given type of text, and it's used to investigate a particular type of language. And specialized corpora is required when the research questions related to the use of spoken and written discourse in particular kind of text or in particular kind of situation. For example, like when it's come to spoken discourse, it can be like how the students use a language during the academic presentation, or in like the casual conversation, or when it comes to written discourse, it could be like students' paper, or like the published academic writing that is written by the students or the researchers, such as like a thesis or dissertation. And some of the examples of specialized corpora are: the first one is the Michigan Corpus of Academic Spoken English, and the second one is the British Academic Spoken English Corpus, and the third one is the British Academic Written English Corpus, and the fourth one is the TOEFL Spoken and Written Academic Language Corpus. The third submaterial is the English Language Corpora. So one of the most important examples of a corpus study is the Longman Spoken and Written English Corpus. It used as the base of the Longman grammar and spoken of the Longman grammar of spoken and written English, and it made up to 40 million words. That is representing four major discourse types, such as like conversation, fiction, or news, and also academic process. And the two additional categories are non-conversational speech, such as lectures or public meetings, and general written non-fiction prose, such as like non-fiction book, academic paper, or anything else that is non-fiction. And the main source of the conversational data was the British English, but then later they used American English to compare between the variety of language. And the text of the corpus is also varied in length, but in length that it shows that the shortest material is newspaper, and the longest material is academic prose. So both British and American conversational data were collected from the representative samples of the British and also the US citizens or populations, and the conversational data in the corpus is the representative of the English speakers in the terms of age, sex, social or regional grouping, or ethnicity, race, and other differences. The last submaterial is corpus-based discourse studies. So corpus-based discourse studies refers to the analysis of language that is used in natural context through the systematic examination of large collection of text that is known as corpora. So it combines methods from the corpus linguistics and also discourse analysis to investigate how language function in real world conversation or communication, and it also focusing on patterns of meaning, structure, and use within the specific context of a language. So some of the key elements of the corpus-based discourse studies include: the first one is the data-driven analysis, and the second one is the qualitative and also quantitative method. Qualitative method is just like the elaboration, and while the quantitative is relates to the calculation of the data. And the third one is the discourse features, such as like cohesion, coherence, register, modality, intertextuality, and etc. And the fourth one is contextualization, which related to the language use that is varied depending depending on the spoken or written discourse, the social context behind it, and the specific communicative functions. And the corpus-based discourse studies can also be applied through the first one through the critical discourse analysis or CDA. The second one is in sociolinguistics, and the third one is the genre analysis. So yeah, that's all the materials that I can explain in this presentation. Thank you very much.